Hello, welcome to the Hot Dog and a Handshake Pro Wrestling Show. I am your host, Jayden and Joining me is my co-host, former DDT Ironman Heavy Metalweight Champion Shane Price. Shane, how you doing this week?
Sleepy and hungry because it's Thanksgiving week.
Yes, it is. And speaking of Thanksgiving, my collar and elbow question this week: which wrestler are you most thankful for this year?
I am the most thankful for the Sun God Suri and her IWGP title run.
Yeah. Also a booker. She's
Also
been
a booker.
killing it on both. I think I got to be most thankful for Hangman Page getting that big, beautiful AEW Men's World title back out of that briefcase, dethroning Jon Moxley at All In. I don't know. Is there anybody else? Anybody else to be Brodito? I think we're
Mark
all thankful.
Briscoe. I'm always thankful for Mark Briscoe.
Always thankful we have Mark Briscoe. Yeah, so many names we could pick. Outside the ring news, AEW this week announced the C2 participants. The Continental Classic. In the Gold League, we have Kazuchika Okada, Pac, Darby Allin, Speedball Mike Bailey, Kyle Fletcher, and Kevin Knight. Of those six, who do you see winning the block?
Takeshita, probably.
No, this is the Okada block. This is the Okada
block.
Pac, Darby, Speedball, Fletcher, or Jet.
So I heard Kanosuke and not Kazuchika. I'm gonna go with Darby.
You can see Darby?
Yeah, I think Darby's gonna overthrow.
Darby, Okada, and Fletcher are the only three people I could see legitimately coming out of this. I don't think Pac, Speedball, or Kevin Knight can make it out. I just don't see them pulling the trigger on that right now. In the Blue League, we have Takeshita, Roderick Strong, Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy, Mascara Dorada, and Claudio Castagnoli.
This one is going to be...
This is wide open.
Takeshita, to me.
I could see legitimately any of these people except for maybe Mascara Dorada making it out, making it to the final.
That's just because TK fears Mascara Dorada. Let's be real.
I think he fears the small amount of dates he could have Mascara Dorada if he put a title on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that dude, he's main event in CMLL shows like 4 times a week. That's the next Mystico you're talking about there. Like, he's going to be a hard one to pull from CMLL. What's the matchup you want to see in the finals? Who would you want to see win the gold and blue leagues here?
Probably Okada Takeshita, because it's kind of what they're building to.
Mm. Yeah, storyline wise, I think Okada Takeshita, just for exactly what I would want to see, my kind of wrestling, I think it's Fletcher and Roderick Strong would be my perfect final. Just those two beating the hell out of each other would be awesome at World's End.
Yeah.
That's kind of it for the news. It was a very uneventful news week. I do have one quick hit for you. This is a headline from Fightful.com. Brock Lesnar falls, making his entrance on WWE Raw. Did you see this? I think I sent it to you. Yeah, it is hilarious.
Raven's
couldn't happen to a better guy either.
Down. Pip in disgrace. Pip in disgrace.
Incredible. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But kind of rushing through that because the big thing to talk about this week, AEW Full Gear. This is kind of one of AEW's big five shows. The last big one of the year. And do you want to talk about anything from the pre-show?
Yeah, Boom and Doom.
Boom and Doom, you like them?
Boom,
I heard they're going for gold.
Boom, yeah. big fan of the New Jersey indie fan.
Yeah,
This
I saw Big Justice hit a cutter.
a
No
diamond
Rizzler,
cutter.
a diamond cutter. No Rizzler this time because he was off boxing Hasbullah. Did you see this?
I I did. Yeah. Uh, which sucks that
God.
he wasn't at Full Gear this year because he was the biggest draw of Full Gear last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's the biggest draw that company has access to. Like it's
The
yeah.
Rizzler.
AEW is nothing without the Rizzler, man.
We're all nothing about the Rizzler, dude. We owe our lives to this fat kid from Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Um, do you want to get into the main card or anything else going into this?
Let's jump in the main card.
All right, so we had Pac and Darby Allin. Pac actually kind of surprisingly got the win here. I thought it was a pretty good match, 3.25 star. My real thought coming out of this though is just like, where are we going with the Death Riders?
They're going to eventually beat the turd out of what's his face.
Out of who? Big Boom
Uh,
AJ?
Mox. I wish we did Mox.
Yeah, they're going to turn on Mox, and their new leader is going to be the Rizzler. We figured it out.
You can't tell. You can't say the Rizzler is going to be the top guy of every heel stable.
I just want it so bad. Just anything, dude. Like the MFTs, the House of Torture, the Death Riders,
Hey,
Hate. Like I just any of them. I just want the Rizzler to be the leader.
Rizzler goes to Japan and starts. I think we should kill all the idols.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, like I said, I thought it was a pretty good match. I give it 3.25 stars. We had a 4-way tag team match between what's like excuse me, sorry. A 4-way tag team match between Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne, the Sisters of Sin, the Timeless Love Bombs, and the Babes of Wrath. Those 4 teams are, of course, in the semifinals of the AEW Women's Tag Title Tournament. I don't understand why we couldn't have just had the 2 semifinals on this show and then done the finals this week on the Thanksgiving show. But in the
Because
words
they
of the
hate
great
fun.
Taz, I digress.
Brother, I digress, brother.
I would say, I don't know, this seemed kind of unnecessary, but the Timeless Love Bombs, they do win. They get to pick the stipulation for their semifinal. I'm completely blanking on who they're facing. I have the bracket somewhere. I don't think they're facing the Sisters of Sin. I think they're facing the Babes of Wrath. No, they're facing Bane and Shafir. So Bane and Shafir versus Timeless Love Bombs will have some fucked up stipulation that Tony Storm gets to choose. We'll see how that goes. Who of these 4 teams, who are we thinking right now wins the tournament? I know in our original brackets, I had Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter, so that's gone. You had Mina and Tony. Are you sticking with that?
Yeah, gonna have to. Yeah, you know, it makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, I think it makes the most sense too. I think they're just the 2 people whose resume you would want to put that on the most. First ever AEW Women's Tag Champions. From the women's tags to the men's tags, we had the World Tag Team Title match here between Brodito and FTR. FTR take the belts in what was an incredible match. I gave it 4 stars. What'd you think of this decision? Take the belts off Brodito.
I didn't like it, but Tony loves him, so saying yeah. So I guess I understood it.
Yeah. I mean, they're really good. Like it's crazy because even
Well, yeah,
if
they are the best team in the company, but they win all the
yeah,
time.
it's true. It's a thing where it's kind of hard to argue with because it's like yeah, they're awesome, but I would have liked to see Brody to hold it a little bit longer or just have a better story to drop it in. Maybe they'll
Yeah.
win him back soon. We'll see. Next, we have the Casino Gauntlet for the AEW National Title. I gave us 4.25. I thought this was really good. Ricochet ends up winning, which you picked correctly on our predictions. But this does bring me to a problem I have with the C2, and I wanted to bring this up here instead of when we talked about it earlier. Speedball Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, Claudio Castagnoli. All 5 of them are in the C2, and they just lost in this Casino Gauntlet. That doesn't make any sense to
Well,
me. Like, these are when, like, guys like, Eddie Kingston, Kyle O'Reilly, Brody King, Bandito. All of these guys in the case of Brody, Bandito, and Kyle, they all have had incredible years and are very deserving of spots, right?
yeah.
And Eddie Kingston just has the history with the tournament. He would have been a great guy to put in here.
Well,
Like I
that'd be
love
too much
Speedball.
sense.
I love Speedball. I love Jet. We know they're not going to win. But Kyle, Brody, Eddie, Bandito, all of these guys would have been like very viable competitors, like guys you could very much see actually winning the tournament. I don't know. I just feel like I should have. If it feels like something, especially with Kyle and Brodito, they have so much momentum you could capitalize on here, but we're kind of limiting it. And then now we have this gold league that just kind of looks lesser compared to the blue league. I don't know. It also would have been cool to have Roddy and Kyle in the same league and just have them fight each other. That would have been incredible. But
Yeah.
like they did with Kyle and I think it was Kyle and Adam Cole were in the C2 last year, weren't they? In the same block? Or was that a different tournament?
No, I think that was the C2.
Yeah. It was some tournament they were both in. Do you think Ricochet was the right choice for the national title? I mean,
Yeah.
like, talk about momentum. He's had a hell of a year.
Yeah.
What do you think of the design? Do you like that old school NWA style design?
It feels out of place to me.
It does feel out of place with the rest of the belts in the company. I will give you that.
I'll take that as a positive or a negative if you want, but like,
I guess that's true. You could say that. Well, I mean, it's nice to have something a little bit more unique. It's not as bad as WWE, where every belt looks the same as another belt. But yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to see kind of. I think a better design would have been something where we see that NWA influence, but it's not exactly what the NWA belts looked like. You know what I mean? Something that
yeah,
just kind of had the. I don't know, kind of like how. Remember for a while the TNA world title, you could tell it was based off Big Goldie, but it did kind of have its own personality. Like something like that is kind of more where I was thinking. I don't know. Next was match of the night for me. John Moxley, Kyle O'Reilly, no holds barred. I gave this 5. This match was fucking awesome. What'd you think of it? I know you love
I really liked it.
wrestling.
It was hardcore to a T that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Although I feel like they could have gotten a little crazier with it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fine for AW hardcore. It worked. It worked what it was supposed to do. I didn't give it a 5. I gave it like a 4.5. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm never gonna not like a John Moxley hardcore match.
Yeah, I think we could build to something a little bit more hardcore between them. at World's End or New Year's Smash
World's
or
End. World's End. Yeah, that one.
somewhere. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you'd want that. Texas Death, John Moxley, Kyle O'Reilly.
I would love
Or
that.
Chicago Death Match. They're just like beating each other with deep dish pizzas and
Oh, with the Illuminati's box over the head.
yeah. They take it outside. John Moxley throws Kyle into the bean.
That's a long ass drive from fucking the Now Arena. Takes him
No,
outside into.
honestly, that's where it should just be. It should just be a bean death match.
For those now
separate
counting, this
location.
is the second time that Jane has said they should do a match not where the show is, but at the Bean.
Yeah, it would be awesome, dude.
They did this for the fucking Shane Core shit too.
Did we?
Yeah, no, for HCH Mania that never came out because the Papa Shango fucking got us. You said that I should make my wild card match happen at the Bean.
I did pitch that, didn't I? Yeah. It's an incredible idea.
Apparently you think so. You keep bringing it back up.
Yeah. What did you think of Fletcher and Mark Briscoe, the other no DQ situation we got?
This wasn't as good of a no DQ match as the first one, but it was a better match, in my opinion. I gave it 4 3/5. 3/5,
3/5?
3/4, 3/4.
That's wildly specific. I give it a 4.638. No, I gave it a 4.25. I thought it was pretty good. I think part of the problem here was just like match ordering. To me, they just didn't live up to the hardcore that I just saw with Mox and Kyle. And I especially for Mark Briscoe have high expectations in this environment. So I think they kind of just got screwed by having to go on after Mox and Kyle, but I still thought it was a very good match. I'm very happy for Mark Briscoe. Very upset though. Mark Briscoe immediately gets a custom TNT title, but we went that was July, 4 months with no pink belt for the Protostar.
Yeah, well,
What is this, Tony? What kind of fucking ship are you running, Tony? It's a disgrace.
the one where the inmates run it. The inmates run the ship there.
Okay, well then how could Kyle not get his goddamn pink belt?
Because if Mark Briscoe and Dawn and Shane like that,
I don't know. But happy for Mark Briscoe. Excited to see where this TNT title reign goes. What do you think of Kyle's reign as TNT champion overall?
That was all right. It wasn't like a world shocker like I thought it'd be, but it was all right.
Yeah, that was very solid, and I like that he's immediately kind of jumping up a level into the C2.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how he does in the tournament. But definitely, like, this is a guy who probably within like the next 3, at most 5 years, is a world champion, unless something goes horribly wrong.
Give or take, probably. I think.
Yeah,
You can do it in 3. If you boost him that hard, you can do it in 3.
yeah. Within the next 3 to 5 years, he'll either be AEW world champion or NXT champion. He'll be one of the two.
God, I hope not.
On to, let's see, what was the next? Oh, the next match was the $1 Million Trios bout. Josh Alexander, the Young Bucks versus Kenny and Jurassic Express. Another one I thought was pretty good. Only 3.5. I think this show really peaked in the middle. Part of that was the crowd kind of died after Fletcher and Briscoe. Like these last 3 matches, the crowd just wasn't in it, and it really kind of sucked the energy out of the show. But it was still a pretty good match. What'd you think of the $1 Million Trios and the reuniting of the Elite?
Eh, not
Here's what
like not over the moon of the Elite. It's whatever. I don't care.
I had the exact same thought when I first watched it, but then someone pointed out online that this is probably the last like elite, like real run, like real full-time run we can get with Kenny Omega. Like, I don't know. I mean, he's basically already a part-timer. Like, we're getting dangerously close to him showing up for only like 4 matches a year, unfortunately. But that, I mean, that's just kind of, so I'm okay with it. Is what I'm trying to say. It's like when they reunited the Shield because they knew they were losing Moxley and we were never going to be able to get that again. Like, we're probably not going to get another sustained elite run again. Let's do it one more time. Let these guys have their last run at it, and then Kenny can kind of go into part time and fade into retirement, and Hangman and the Bucks can continue being great. I don't know. I don't know if that changes your thoughts on it at all, but I'm excited to see what they do with one last elite run.
I don't want Kenny's last big run to be the elite. I want it to be Kenny.
Well, I'm not saying it's necessarily his last big run. I just mean like this is the last elite run of Kenny. And Kenny, even if he goes into part timer for a little bit, he's gonna get like a Hiroshi Tanahashi, John Cena type retirement tour. You know, like he's gonna have that full year where he just comes back and does everything he wants to do before he quits for good. Like he'll still have that opportunity. I think this is just the last elite run, is what I'm saying.
I guess I see your point. I don't know. I do hate saying it. I just feel like that the elite has been kind of mid when they've been together in terms of story to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Um, well, they've kind of turned it into a Flair Sting situation where the whole time they're together, all we're thinking about is the eventual breakup. It's like, when do the Bucks turn on him? Eventually, the Young Bucks are going to turn on him,
Yeah,
kind of thing. It would be interesting this time to flip it and have Kenny and Hangman turn on the Bucks.
I'd
I'm
be
already lumping
seated for
Hangman into
that.
this. He hasn't officially joined back up with them, but I'm kind of lumping him in, especially if this is going to be the last elite run.
No,
But
no.
heel Hanger and Omega, dude.
It is the last elite run. I don't want a single other soul touching it.
You just want the Bucks and Kenny.
I want the core three. I know I just
No
called it mid.
Hangman.
I know I just called it mid, but the
No
elite
Brandon
for
Cutler.
the elite. Fuck no. The
No Michael
elite.
Nakazawa.
No.
No Jack
Get him
Perry.
back to Dragon Gate. Fuck no.
Yeah, get Jack Perry to Dragon Gate too. Let's see what he can do with Dragon
Actually, no.
Belt.
Yeah, get him back to Dragon Gate. I'm not sure he'll become a better wrestler. I really want just the original trio that was the elite
Mm-hmm.
from 2015 to 2019, and it was that group making
Okay.
goofy internet videos that aren't being the elite one more time.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I can understand that, but I think Hangman will get pulled into it. I just that's what I see happening. I see, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like that's if they would only do it if they could bring Hangman in. You know what I mean? Like, they're still all great friends. Like, I know it's been Kitty and the Bucks for longer, but they still all love Hangman.
Yeah, and I'm not
Like,
saying that like Hangman will never be involved, but like I just want it to be the trio, and Hangman's involvement could be Hangman swerving a third versus the elite is like
Hangman,
a passing of
Hangman,
the torch.
Hangman swerving the Rizzler.
Yes. As a passing of the torch, where the Rizzler pins all three of them at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, the Rizzler stacks the Bucks and Omega like Roman did to Edge and Daniel Bryan at that one WrestleMania. He just got them stacked. All right, on to Chris Statlander, Mercedes Moné, AEW Women's World Title. Chris Statlander retains. Mercedes Moné still can't win the big one. What'd you think of this?
I don't like Mercedes. I can come to that conclusion. I'm not the biggest Mercedes Moné fan. I think she's a okay wrestler. But I'm happy she didn't win. I just, I'm not. I
I
think the
think
belt
she
collectors
is.
kind of ran its course, and they kind of have to find out a way to figure out how to get her to drop the belts.
I think losing the women's title, like losing this second opportunity at the women's title, should really send her on a losing streak and a downward spiral. I think there should be a for all of our sports fans out there, a Chris Davis 0 for 54 kind of situation. um, she should just keep losing and losing the belts. I think it'd be interesting to see that start with maybe the TBS title at World's End. I don't know who takes it off of her. There's plenty of great options. You could put it back on Willow. You could always have, I don't know, Jamie Hayter or
Miyu Yamashita.
Miyu Yamashita, Mina Shirakawa. Yeah, Sari.
Oh,
We'll
dude,
see. We'll see.
if Cerie's at World End, you will hear me
Yeah,
from. I'll be in like the 200s, and you'll hear me perfect, clear as day on the
I won't even have to be
broadcast.
watching the show. I'll be able to hear you from Kansas. Like, um, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. We'll see where they take it from here. My thoughts on Mercedes. She's one of my like favorite women's wrestlers. Not necessarily just for the in ring. I think she's solid in the ring, but I've always liked her as like a character. Especially when she gets to go a little bit more comedic, not like full comedy wrestler, but kind of the way like Kenny gets a little comedic. Like I've always thought she had that kind of similar star quality.
John Moxley versus Toriano kind of comedic, right?
Yeah. Um. So I've always really liked her. I liked this match quite about as well as the trios match. I give it a 3.5 also. Um. Then our main event, Steel Cage, AEW Men's World Title, Hangman Adam Page, Samoa Joe. They pulled the trigger. They put it on
People were
Joe.
mad.
And you know
People
what?
were mad.
You know what? I'm never mad. Never mad when you put a title on Joe. Put all the titles on Joe. I don't care. He's too cool. He's the coolest person to ever live. Like, put all the titles on him. I don't care. I love Hangman. I like this reign. I loved the moment he won. But Samoa Joe's just a fucking badass. Like, you just can't top that.
Aww. Reddit boy
What were your
lost the
thoughts?
belt. Oh no. Dark Knight clothing guy lost the belt. Oh no. Hangman's championship run has been fumbled twice, by the way. The
You know,
first one wasn't very good. The second one wasn't very good.
you know what? And I've said this before, specifically about Hangman. I think he kind of has Rey Mysterio syndrome. I think it's way more fun to watch him chase the title than it is to actually watch him as champion. And I'm sure there are other guys before Rey Mysterio that applies to, but he's kind of the one I think of. Like, everybody talks about '06 Rumble. They don't really talk about the title reign after he won the title. Like,
Yeah, like who'd he face in that? Like,
it was Kurt and Randy in a triple threat.
no.
WrestleMania 20. That's who he beat.
Like, who'd he lose the title
in
to?
it, King Booker. I think he lost the title to King Booker.
When? See, it's that point. When? It's that point.
'06. It, I think, would have been either Great American Bash or SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's wow.
I think it was over that summer. King Booker won the title. And then the second time he won it at Fatal 4-Way and then lost it like a month later because Kane won the Money in the Bank and cashed in on Ray in the same night. So yeah, but Hangman's like that. He's awesome. He's the best chaser possible. It's just once he gets the belt, it's hard to figure out what to do with him. And I think a lot of baby faces can, accidentally fall into this. Like you have to be like I think that's I from observing feel like it would be a lot harder to be a babyface than a heel. Because I think with the heel it's a lot easier to stay interesting. And as a babyface, there's just only so much you can do to like there's only a handful of guys that as baby faces were able to stay interesting 100% of the time. It's like Steve Austin and Jeff Hardy, like these kind of guys that it's just like they had it, whatever it was. And so it's really hard. And I think, it's not I'm not going to say Hangman failed. I still think he had a good title reign and I had a great time with it, but it is more interesting to see him without the title. And now we're going to see him and Swerve and the Rizzler chase those trios titles. So ops, watch your back. This is what happens when we record after midnight. I just keep bringing everything back to the Rizzler.
As you should. He's got a drink. He's got a sandwich. He's got the title. At least 6 titles coming to him.
Yeah, dude.
That 0-1 title is looking to look great on his waist.
Absolutely. All right. Overall, out of 10, what would you give Full Gear 2025?
I had a fun time watching it. I'd probably give it like a 7.
I was thinking 7.5, so I'm kind of right there with you. It was a pretty solid show. It doesn't crack that upper echelon of AEW pay-per-views, but that's a high bar. It's a very high bar for AEW.
Yeah.
So, definitely a solid show. Looking forward to World's End. Looking forward to the Continental Classic, and looking forward this weekend. We will have Survivor Series. So, of course, even though we don't really watch the WWE shows as closely anymore, we still like to predict them because doing predictions is fun.
Don't we also go like 5 out of 5 every month?
Well, this time there's 8. There are 4 matches, but we are also going to guess for each War Games team who will be the first to enter the War Games.
Oh, that doesn't matter. But like for matches, we go like 5 for 5.
Yeah. But before we get to that first, so 8 is your max confidence here. First off, for the women's world title, Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella.
What?
For the women's world title, what? Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella.
What? Who? Huh? Oh, fucking Christ, dude. Oh my God. Vaquer.
Okay, how many points do you want to put on that?
8.
All right. Next up, John Cena defending the IC title against the hometown boy, Dominic Mysterio.
Dare I say Dominic Mysterio might pull this off?
I'm picking Dom, and I'm not even. All right, what's your points? What's your points on it?
I'm gonna go like a 4.
4? All the way, Dominic 8. I think there's no way Dominic loses this match. I don't think there's any way John Cena would let them have him win this match.
Yeah, fair.
All right. The women's War Games. We have Becky Lynch, the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend versus AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. Which team do you think is winning here?
The team with Io Sky is going to win War Games. This is how it goes every year.
All right, so you're going with the faces here. How many points do you want to put on that?
I'll go 3.
3? All right, for the faces, first to enter War Games, are we going AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, or Rhea Ripley?
It's got to be Io. Out of the ones you named, it's got to be Io.
Okay, and how many points do you want to put on that?
I'll put 7 on that.
7 on that. All right, I went EO for 6, so we're right around the same. For the heels, Becky Lynch, Kairi Sane, Asuka, Nia Jax, Lash Legend.
In the
Who's in
same
first?
boat, you kind of think you would have to be either Bianca or Asuka here. And because
Bianca is not in the match. Do you mean Becky?
yeah, I heard Bianca. Oh my god, what am I doing? Asuka. I think Asuka's EO makes the most sense here, so I'm gonna say Asuka.
I'm gonna go Kairi. How many points do you want to put on Asuka?
2.
Okay, there you go. I'm gonna go Kairi for 4. I think.
Yeah, I think either way it's gonna be Asuka or Kairi.
Yeah. Men's War Game: CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and the Usos versus Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, and The Vision, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. You got the faces or
Wow.
the heels here.
I can't believe they made me not want to watch a CM Punk match. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
because it's got Brock Lesnar and Logan Paul and Jey Uso.
Yes. Yes. Um, I feel like you could go. Did they go double face win here? That's never how it goes.
Yeah. Think the
I
heel
think,
team wins?
yeah, I think the heel team's gonna win this one,
Okay. How many
but
points
Roman's not
on
gonna.
it?
Roman's not gonna lose.
Oh no! If the heel team wins, Jimmy Uso's taking that pin.
Yeah. I'll go.
So you got
I'll go heel team here because I think it
all
could
right.
work.
You got
Give me
1.5 points or 6 points.
5 on that.
On that, I went faces for 5. So we're both 5 there, opposite sides. But we went opposite. I went heels winning the women and faces winning the men's, and you went the opposite. So we'll see how that goes. For the faces, who's in first? CM Punk, Cody, Roman, Jimmy, or Jay?
Phil Brooks.
You want CM Punk?
Yeah.
I went for a 1 or 6 points.
1.
I went with the other world champion. I went Cody Rhodes starting it for 2. And then for the heels, Lesnar, Drew, Logan, Braun, or Bronson.
Drew Galloway.
Drew Galloway. All right,
Drew
so for
Galloway.
6
Yeah.
points. I went Braun Breaker for 3. But I like your idea of Punk and Drew starting.
Yeah. So that
It, it,
just makes the most sense to me.
yeah, I like that. We'll see how that goes. Next up, tape up the light tubes, take the door off its hinges. It's time for Shane's GCW corner.
Before we go into the GCW corner, I want to make this the All Japan corner for a second
Oh wow,
because
okay.
something happened last night that I think we kind of have to talk about here.
All right, what happened? Lay it on me.
Yuma Aoyagi is one of the topper guys in All Japan right now. Him and his brother
Mm-hmm.
are up there in the card, but not anymore. Not anymore.
Why is that? What happened?
Yuma was involved in a car crash
Oh wow.
where he ran a red light and struck another vehicle while having an expired driver's license.
Oh my god.
Of course, in Japan, this is a much bigger deal than it is in the U.S. because how now the culture is. Doing something like this in the U.S. is a Tuesday night for most people.
Yeah.
But it
So what's the fallout here? Did they
so
fire him? Or?
Yuma has been suspended for the next 3 months with a 50% pay cut during this time, and
Damn.
him and his brother have forfeited every match in the World Tag League.
Oh wow.
Uh, this keeps happening to All Japan. This
Yeah.
where all of the headlines are just never good, and it's
Yeah.
always interesting.
Yeah. That is crazy. And then you want to get into GCW corner? You ready to dream on?
I unfortunately am
Dream
ready
on.
to dream on. We're gonna start with the fact that apparently Danny DeVito was in attendance for the show.
I saw that video you talked about of him driving the scooter around the mall.
Listen, if Danny DeVito is listening, I don't think he would be, but if he is, go to more GCW shows. Just buy a front row ticket and just sit there and not react to the entire show, and I'll be like questioning my life choices at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, in terms of Dream On, uh, George Delacadia Orso was all right. Bear Dozer versus ECW team was all right. There's going to be a trend. Lucha Style Masquerade Dorada versus Gringo Loco was pretty good for being El Torito versus Gringo Loco in 2025.
Sounds awesome to me. I don't know.
uh, Beastman Stamp Stackhouse was whatever. Uh, Jimmy Lloyd and Killer Cross versus the major players was even more whatever. Um, Maki Ito's match was all right.
Mm-hmm.
Atticus Cogar versus Charles Mason was whatever. It was all right. It would have been fine. But Effie just kind of comes out in the middle and during the match and makes it a triple threat almost for the world title, which is
Okay.
stupid because this is a number one contendership match. 5 minutes and nobody won it until Effie storms out and says, "I want to fight both of you." Uh, which makes it a three-way
Well, I
match.
mean,
Which
it's the overconfidence that made him lose the title.
yeah, but she does lose the title. He loses to Atticus Cogar, but I feel like this kind of ruins. Well, first of all, the fact that it's at the American Dream, the crowd is just totally different from the GCW crowd. It's more like a normal person crowd.
Yeah.
um, Sawyer Wreck came back. That was fun. Would have been a way bigger pop in not American Dream. Uh, Cruel, Team Effie, uh, Mason gets put into a coffin brought in by his rival. So he's not even in the match anymore. Um, I, yeah, I don't know. It was disappointing to me how this
Mm-hmm.
ended. It wasn't the best show. I kind of get concerned at GCW and they put on these bigger shows kind of fumbles it, but we keep moving. We all because Home for the Holidays was pretty all right. If you're gonna watch that show, it's on YouTube. You gotta watch. You gotta watch the tag title match, Mad Dog versus Thomas Shire, and the main event, Lee Moriarty, Gringo Loco. Those are all fun matches.
Mm-hmm.
And then at highest in the room 4, they're gonna do Atticus versus Effie for the world title, which should have been what it was at Dream On, but the UCC in LA will be a lot better for a crowd. And one more thing, the JCW Roundball Rock are doing a very interesting match where the first the first 3 falls in this match will get the first 3 competitors into the Jersey J Cup.
Okay.
In my opinion, the order of the list that they put them in is the perfect list of the first 3. They should get the falls. They should win.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Parker, Gary J, Jake Parnell, Jay Lucas, Teriyaki, Manny Lowe, Griffin McCoy, and Oni King.
Did you say teriyaki?
Yeah,
Like from? Kai and Tai?
No.
Oh, was that
No.
Terry Boy?
That was Terry Boy or
Okay,
Men's
different.
Teo.
Okay, different. Okay.
Unfortunately, not Men's Teo, because I'd be saying that Men's Teo should win the whole thing.
Yeah. I was really confused for a second. I was like, the fucking guy from Kai and Tai?
No. As I said, I really do think that. Oh, by the way, Terry Boy's still wrestling. By the way,
I figured he was. Those Japanese guys wrestle until they crumble into dust.
I do think that Drew Parker, Gary J, and Warhorse should win this and make it to the J Cup because I'd be seeded for that easily.
Very Midwest picks of you.
Don't know why it's in Jersey and not St. Louis, Missouri, but whatever, we ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else for GCW?
Oh, tickets are on sale on Friday for Game Changer Wrestling's debut in Kansas.
Yep.
They are
Wichita.
Wichita,
What's it called?
Kansas.
Crime Spree?
It's called Crime Wave off like the
Oh,
50
Crime
Cent
Wave.
song.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
I'm going to see what I can do. Try to make it out there.
I think me and Joker are going there. I think it's what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Might see if my dad will get me tickets for Christmas.
And yeah, that's all I got from GCW.
All right. As usual, while Shane goes over the GCW stuff, I usually check the news, make sure there wasn't anything late breaking that I might have missed. Looks like Seth Rollins is eyeing a return in the next 3 months. He thinks it'll only be 12 more weeks before he's back. So we could have Seth Rollins back by Mania.
What was his injury again?
I think it was a shoulder thing. Wasn't his
I
arm
could
in a sling?
I could see him coming back
I think
before
the
Mania.
originally we thought he was going to miss Mania, but he could come back soon after.
I could see him making
But
Mania.
I think he can make Mania, so we'll see. HDH League this week. Let me see. Congratulations are in order for the third week in a row. Shane has taken the win. He had 32.34 points. I had 29.4, and Joka had 5. Like, none of his guys wrestled this week.
Does he know that?
I don't know. His problem is his team is mostly WWE guys, and like nobody in WWE wrestles every week. Like it's just they just don't wrestle at that company, and you kind of have to wrestle to get points.
Fucking World Wrestling Entertainment, my ass. Goddamn.
Yeah. So, Shane, you are still in second place overall. Are there any moves you would like to make?
Yes, I would like to drop Effie for Atticus Cogar. I feel like that is an obvious move to
Yeah, no
make.
brainer. Brainer.
Other than that, I think I'm all right. I don't think anybody's
Oh,
injured or.
forgot to mention top scorer this week, Mascara Dorada, 9 points.
How many did Effie get?
I think it was like 8 point something. 8.12.
Okay.
Trying to see. There's nothing else I want to do. I made a big blunder last week. I had a lot of bench moves I wanted to make. I forgot to make one of them, which was I wanted to put FTR in for Paragon. I would have beat you had I had FTR in. I'm gonna put him in now.
Oh, hold
Uh,
on. I like to make a move.
oh, what do you want to do?
Uh, I would like to drop. Hold on. I think I'm gonna hedge my bets here and do something kind of crazy.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Gates of Agony over Billy Starks in my no. I'm gonna put Drew Parker in my flex over Billy Starks, and I'm gonna drop Drew Parker for BMI 2000.
Okay, so you want to drop Drew Parker, and for the third time in the time of doing this, you want to put him BMI 2000. And what was the other part?
That's it. And move BMI 2000 to my flex
Okay, for
over
Billy.
Billy. Yeah. I am going to continuously drop. I'm gonna drop all of those teams for World Tag League probably next week.
Yeah. Don't know if there's anything else I want to do here. Nobody has. I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna drop Paragon. I'm gonna pick up John Moxley, and then I'm gonna move Mox into the AEW slot. Move Eddie Kingston to my bench. And then I'm going to move. Actually, no, I'm going to put Mox in my brawler spot. Because I'm going to put Okada in my AEW slot. I'm going to move. Oh, actually, you know what? I need Jamie Hayter in for the tag tournament. So actually, I will keep Jamie Hayter in on the flex, and I'll just move Penta.
Penta's hurt. Penta's hurt.
Oh, Penta is hurt, isn't he? Let's see. So you have Gunther, so I don't know that. Does anybody have? All right, just for the purposes of war games for this week, I'll drop Penta and I'm gonna pick up CM Punk. And I'll put Punk in for here. I'll put Jamie in one of my women's spots. Move Punk into the flex and put Mercedes on the bench. Okay. And now I'm okay. I think that's my best position here. Oh, but Tony's also in the women's tag tournament, isn't she? When's Final Battle? I want to make sure I don't miss it.
December. It's
What
December.
is it like?
Like late December.
Like late December? It's not okay. I didn't know if it was
Yeah.
possibly this first week.
It shouldn't be.
It's December 5th.
What? That's weird.
So I mean that's next week. So I can drop Bandito for this week and not worry about it, or not drop him, but I can like move him to the bench this week and not worry about it. So I'll put Shingo up here. I'll put Tony Storm up here. And I'll put Bandito here. Okay. I think that's my most maximized lineup here. All right. Anything else, or are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Favorite things this week. This, of course, is where we talk about our three favorite things this week. I give out the gold, silver, and bronze hot dog. Shane gives out the gold, silver, and bronze handshake. So as always, Shane, let's start with that bronze handshake.
We're gonna go with John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay. My bronze is going to be the other hardcore match from Full Gear. I'm going with Fletcher and Briscoe. What do you got at the silver?
I'm gonna go Fletcher and Briscoe here.
Okay. And then my silver is going to be the Casino Gauntlet from Full Gear. And the gold, Shane?
I'm gonna agree with you on a Casino Gauntlet.
You gonna put that in your gold?
Yeah.
All right, and then my gold, I gave it 5 stars. I think I got to give it gold. I'm going John Moxley, Kyle O'Reilly. I thought that was just an incredible match. I really, really loved that match. Probably one of my favorite matches of the year. Um, let's see. Kind of don't really have a lightning round because the only matches on here were from Dynamite, and Dynamite has happened already. As we're recording, we haven't had time to watch it, so we'll cover it next week. But I guess we'll just skip the lightning round. Match recommendation of the week with the Continental Classic starting here. I want to make sure I have the right match here. I have Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. I want to make sure I wrote down the right show though.
I mean, any show that they're wrestling each other on,
Yeah, I want to make sure I gave the right. Yeah, the Continental Classic Blue League semifinal from 2023. This was on AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash. Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson. Very, very good match. Classic reviews, if you want to listen to more of us, we put out Wrestle War 92 this past week. Coming up this week, we'll have Survivor Series 1995. We have all kinds of reviews you can listen to. WWE, AEW, or not AEW, but WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, ECW, WCW. We did the first All In, CZW, WXW, all over the place. So go check those out. Like we said, we have Survivor Series this weekend. We got Final Battle the weekend after that. We got World's End coming up, the C2, the World Tag League. Wrestling's in a great place right now. Very exciting going into the new year as we approach John Cena's retirement and as we approach Tanahashi's retirement. It's a big time. So we'll check that all out and just remember to enjoy wrestling.